let's move on. Let's talk about Penn State. What position are we going to talk about? Let's talk about their running back room. Yeah, you could probably guess that we're going to talk about this at some point. Um, Look, we'll spend very little time talking about Nick Singleton and Kaytron Allen, which, by the way, are both very good running backs. I happen to be of the opinion that Kaytron Allen might be a little bit better than Nick Singleton. I know that not everyone agrees with that it might be a hot take, but either way, you have two very elite running backs, possibly third and fourth best running backs in the Big Ten. Maybe fifth and sixth best running backs in the Big Ten, somewhere around
Yeah,
there. But either way,
either way,
it's
you
they're
can't
elite.
you can't really complain with that.
Yeah, no, they're elite, and the Big Ten is going to have probably the best running backs in the country of any conference, if I had to guess. Right now, I would. I mean, you got
The two Ohio
Travion,
State,
two
Donovan
Ohio State,
Edwards,
Donovan
Darius
Edwards.
Taylor,
Yep, and
that
then
kid from Iowa was pretty damn good as well.
you got these two folks. So yeah, I mean, this is a solid group. But I wanted to highlight a particular guy, and I'll let you highlight someone as well. Quentin Martin Jr., the true
Hmm.
freshman. I mean, how much has James Franklin been talking this guy up in terms of like that running back three race that they got going on? Quentin Martin Jr., I think could definitely be a guy. Of course, you got these other redshirt freshmen there that I'll let you talk about, but Quentin Martin, uh, he's got juice. All right. And James Franklin has said himself that he expects that Quentin Martin will explode. That's verbatim in this running back three race. And I believe it. I mean, he did pretty good in the spring game. He had two carries for two touchdowns. I mean, what else what else can you ask for? So as this guy's an early enrollee. I mean, he's just a good football player, man. And that's what they like here. That's what they like. They like good running backs that are good football players. Hometown kid. I shouldn't say hometown. Home state kid from Pennsylvania. 6'1", 194. He's got the size to play right away. Look, I think he's a dog, man. I think he's a dog. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Quinn Martin. But again, he might not even be the running back three because they got plenty of other guys in this room that could also step up.
Yeah, I'm looking at redshirt freshman Cam Wallace here. I mean, 5'9", put on some weight, 200 pounds now. He's a guy in high school that did a lot of things for their team, which is nice to see. But obviously, learning the position of running back takes a little time. He didn't really do like full time running back until his senior year of high school, and even then, he was playing defense as well, returning kickoffs. I mean, it shows you the versatility and athleticism that he does have. Was also pretty good in the track as well. I mean, he ran a sub 11, which is what you love to see at the running back position. Um, yeah, I mean, in high school, he played running back, slot receiver, quarterback, corner. I mean, everything you want. Obviously, like I said, the athleticism shows there. Came in as a little bit under the radar guy. I think he kind of got buried in just an elite Georgia class a couple of years ago, and it is what it is. I mean, sometimes these guys fall through the cracks. Penn State found a good one in him. He had a nice spring game. Has had a nice spring as well to complement Singleton and Allen, and give you some juice there at RB3 or 4, depending on what he earns as well. Yeah. Real quick, I do want to mention that Singleton and Allen, just because we had to talk about them if we're going to do this video, because they are obviously the main reasons why they're on this list, because we talked about star power at the top end, but also nice depth as well, with Wallace and Martin providing that. But Singleton and Allen, they're a nice complementary piece to each other. Singleton a little bit more home run hitting, Cajun Allen more grinded out. That's why I think Matthew and I are in agreement here that Allen's a little bit more, I don't want to say valuable, but just a pure runner. I think a little bit better than Singleton. Where Singleton has the upside to break one anytime he wants, to just go 60, 70 yards to a touchdown,
The
which is
receiving
obviously,
upside, receiving
yeah.
upside from Nick Singleton also as well.
So I think if you're looking for NFL draft hype and all that kind of stuff, it's probably going to be Singleton just because of that upside there. But Allen, in terms of college football production, and this year in 2024 for Penn State, the new offensive coordinator coming over, I mean, Allen's a guy got circled. Obviously, he hit 100 more yards, 150 more yards than Singleton on same amount of carries. So pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'm of the belief too. Like I don't think Katron Allen and Nick Singleton are there yet. When it comes to pass pro. Uh, I was shocked that they didn't use Trey Potts more in that role, kind of on that third down. Hey, you're in max protection, third and long. Like I don't know. I guess it's like having the threat out of the backfield is kind of nice, but like one of these running backs can step up and be physical in pass pro. Like they might be able to find themselves some more snaps than we might have thought. Because you would think like you got these two unbelievable running backs. they might just be the guys from here on out, like taking almost every single snap like they did last year. But if you have a guy that can step up and absolutely hit stick a linebacker there that's blitzing, I mean, you might have a guy that provides value in something that you didn't think you had value in before. But of course, like this is all reliant on Nick Singleton or Katrin Allen not developing in pass pro, which, going in their junior seasons, I would imagine that they have some sort of development there. They're strong kids. Like I would expect them uh, to keep growing. And gain that confidence in pass pro. So, but it's just a thought. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. Any other guys in this room that you wanted to highlight?
Yeah, I mean, I'll throw a couple out there. London Montgomery as well, another redshirt freshman, a guy that's battling right there with Wallace and Martin for that RB3 spot. In terms of 2025 and beyond that, Corey Smith's the guy I look at. He was a guy I really liked out of high school from the state of Wisconsin, top 3 player there. Penn State went out and got him over Minnesota, Wisconsin, and others. And yeah, he's got some really nice juice as well. Track guy in high school, as a junior, ran about 11:10, which is pretty darn good. Yeah, this is also a long jumper. You see the athleticism there. A guy that I'm going to bet on in the future of this room. Obviously, a lot of talent above him to climb over, and if he does, great. But I think he's another guy with depth and future of this room. Once Allen and Singleton eventually do go pro, Smith and the others are going to come up and be some really nice pieces for them, and a long line of just really good running backs that Penn State's had now.
Yeah, yeah. This room is pretty loaded, man. This room is pretty loaded. So that's why we're gonna highlight it, obviously. I mean, because again, what is the criteria here? You got elite talent at the top end, but also some depth that we like in the back end. This Penn State running back room is solid.